Finally got to our destination. Today I wanted to take a little different approach to the video. I wanted to make something a little bit more aesthetic. Okay. The reason I really wanted to record this video today is because I had an epiphany, and this entire channel is dedicated to the mental journey, the mental process. And over this last week, we had a pretty rough week. We were on an insane hype streak, insane hot streak, and it all came crashing down, and the only culprit was myself. But not because I would do dumb shit. It was more so because I thought that I was far ahead than I actually was. Now, I lost 2.6K. I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned that in other videos. But this was a pretty big reflective period for me, because every single day after that loss, I just kept taking L's after L's after L's, and it was because that trade had almost gotten to me. But God likes to work in mysterious ways. That is honestly God's middle name. And I realized God is always gonna give you the lesson and the answer all in one package, because God is Him. God is the best. God is the greatest of planners. And I took this opportunity because anything that happens for you, never to you, always has a nugget at the end of the trail. So, me being aware of this, I started walking down the path, and I came to the realization that trading is so ironic as life is. The more that you do something, the more that it runs away. The less that you pay attention to certain things, the more likely it is that you achieve the exact outcome that you want. Now, instead of sounding like Socrates and speaking in hieroglyphics, I'll explain exactly what I mean. Today I had a phenomenal day. I had a phenomenal trade. I did have 2 accounts that I lost on, but then 1 account that I had a winning trade on. And this account, it wasn't about the money, it was about what I realized during the winning trade. And I've been doing this for 2 years, 3 years, 2 years where I really was like honed in, but I was always focused on money. And I know everybody always talks about it. The more that you focus on money, the less likely you are to make money. And it was today that I realized you have to earn these levels. For a lot of people who are beginning their journey, when you do inevitably see this video, you have to earn certain answers. You have to earn certain problems. And in life, it's the same way. People who are in poverty or having a hard time getting a grip on themselves, you're dealing with that level of problems. But there are people out there who are having just as bad as a day, but their problem is because Ferrari won't return their call, and they've been waiting in line to get the new Ferrari Spider. There's different levels of problems, and poor people love to get mad at rich people because they're like, oh, how nice would it be to have rich people problems? Motherfucker, they earned that. They earned those problems. The same way in trading. Some people will never understand the issues that you're going with because you both are in different levels of your journey. To really achieve the answers necessary for your problems, you need to earn it. I know I keep saying you have to earn it, you have to earn it. Yes. So right now with where I'm at, my problem is scaling and consistently withdrawing. I've had my withdrawals, but it's about consistently doing it and scaling it. And the issue that I had was, initially it was, I forgot God's role in everything. I always acknowledge God. I acknowledge God every single day. I'm grateful to God every single day. I say it out loud, I say it in my heart. When I was on this high streak, making money, taking withdrawals, making more money than I've ever made in a month, I started becoming a little bit more arrogant. I started being a little bit more boastful, more loud, not outright in public or on social media, but more so like to the people close around me. And never in disrespectful ways. It was more so just, why would you say that? And God was listening the entire time. God said, who the fuck do you think you are? I gave you this ability to change your reality, to change your life. And now you're being a complete degenerate. You're being a complete dickhead with it. I'm gonna put you in timeout. And that's what he did. That's what he did. So the account that I had funded, down to my last $147. I don't say that upset. And the funny part is, and this is why, again, God is so great, alhamdulillah, through the degrading of this account, I had realized attachment was the reason why I was really losing this account. Perception is such a motherfucker, because every single time I was taking a losing trade on this funded account that I subconsciously was so attached to, it would hurt me more and more and more. And for anybody out there who has read the book, The Winning Effect, losing actually has a very detrimental effect on your mind. It puts you in a fight or flight state of mind, and you literally become dumber because you are more in a survival mode. You're acting out of a survival mode. And when you're acting out of this survival mode, your cortisol levels are up, and you are actually diminishing the size of your prefrontal cortex, which is completely responsible for logical thinking. Now, trading is emotional, I will say that. But you will often realize every single trader that we all look up to, including myself, I look up to myself because I know one day I will be that trader that people look up to. And I say that humbly, and I say that from a standpoint of teaching, not from a standpoint of, haha, I know you want to be me. There's no way I learn all of this and do not pass it forward, that I do not pass it on. That's selfish. That's a different topic. You notice that every single one of these traders, they operate and even speak in a stoic manner. They all practice stoicism. You have the best traders in the world, the people who can trade at the highest level with the most capital, and it's almost like they're unbothered. They'll talk about hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and their pitch will never change. Their tone will never change. They're essentially flatlined. And through all of this, I realized excitement and happiness are actually lethal contributors to your inevitable downfall as a trader. So when you do inevitably get to your payout, to your withdrawals, do not become excited. Run away as far as you can from happiness and excitement. Now, this does not mean that you are not grateful and appreciative. Those are two different words. That's why I didn't use them. Happiness and excitement are blinding because they're fleeting. On the emotional spectrum, when you go high and you come back down to baseline, you think that something's wrong, when in reality, your dopamine was just spiked at insane levels because you've put this moment of a payout on a pedestal. All of that is incorrect. Absolutely all of that is incorrect. I accidentally stopped the recording like a nimwit. Hold on, let me readjust this. Okay, so all of that is incorrect. My best advice to you when you get to this stage is remain as calm as possible and act as if it is already normal. Not even act, realize that this is your normal. Realize that this is my day-to-day. Yes, I make $10,000 a week. Yes, I make $50,000 a week. I have $100,000 months. It's all regular because you are focused on performing. Kobe, I love Kobe. I loved Kobe. Kobe had the best attitude and is so applicable to trading. Take every single shot as if it was the championship game. Train as if the championship game is tomorrow. Leave nothing on the table. And this transcends into trading because when you back test and you treat every single trade as if it was live capital, it'll bleed into your live trading. There is no difference between live trading and back testing. There's literally none. And some might say, of course there is. No, the fuck there's not. The only difference between live trading and back testing is you're watching the candles be created, which is the thing that leads to your imagination to run wild, which leads you to do dumb shit. When you back test, you're seeing the candles print. You should only be ever taking trades when the candles are printed. Bodies tell the story and wicks do the damage. Wicks are when the candles are being created. So you can't tell me there's a difference between backtesting and live. It's the same shit, because the same shit happens every single day. So I'm saying all of this because God has shown me that profitability and being profitable consistently is so much easier than we all thought. If you remain humble, operate through humility, and zoom out and trade for the sake of trading, you will be successful inevitably. We all came into this game of trading for money, and that's the issue that people have. You start for the wrong reason, and I started for money as well. I'm nobody different, but you realize that that is the psyop. That is what all of the market makers want you to think. That is what all of the psychological warfare is designed to do. People who operate from a lack mindset, people who operate from a money deficiency are always going to be the ones who fail the most and become the biggest addicts. You're essentially gambling and investing into your imagination and a dream. But when you run away from that, when you step away and gain a different perspective and look at trading as a sport, look at trading as chess. You're looking at it as a game. You remove the aspect of money, you will become more profitable than you can ever imagine. One example of this delusion and this shift in perspective that will completely transform how you look at the market and how you look at how you interact with it is, for example, well, this is going to only be applicable to the people out there who have gotten funded. If you're still in the stage of evaluation, this unfortunately is not going to be for you. You still have ways to go. But for the people who have gotten funded, don't you notice the difference between your lack of care when you're in eval versus when you're in funded? When you're in evaluation, you're more ballsy. You're more willing to take a chance, to take a risk, to take your model fearlessly. But the moment that you get a funded, you think that something's changed. You've introduced a new imaginated variable that is affecting your outcome. It's all perception. Nothing has ever changed. And I realized this by trading my model fearlessly without second guessing myself on paper trading. I would just place my stop loss where it should be and place the trade and add to it every single time I saw an opportunity to. And I would be more fucking profitable. The only difference between the paper trades and the live is my attachment to this illusion. It's insane. And when you realize that, you realize the only difference in this entire equation is my perception. Hypothetically, and I was talking to my best friend about this, hypothetically, let's say we give somebody $1 million, but it's a paper trade account, and they never knew that it was a paper trading account. This was $1 million. A real $1 million. I guarantee you, if they had a profitable model and their issue was just performing, that they would make money on the account. And the moment that you let them know that that was a real account, the performance would go down. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. One day I'll fund that social experiment. Guaranteed. Perception is everything, and your relationship to money is everything. Your relationship to what you believe you are worthy of is everything. Majority of these things that I'm stating are things that I am over, but nobody's ever talking about this. Nobody's ever talking about perception and the identity of lack. We're only trading because we want money. We're only trading because we feel like we don't have enough. You're not going to tell me a billionaire is going to go into the market and day trade. They'll invest long term, they'll have a portfolio, but never will they ever day trade. People look at day trading as a way to earn money right now. That's the only reason we do it. And if you're saying otherwise, you're lying to yourself, because that's bullshit. So I say all of this to share the epiphany that I've had today, because this genuinely changed my perspective. I don't even have money on my chart anymore. I have only ticks. It is, what is the word? It is contradicting to say that you are not here for money, but you are focused on it when you are trading. And it's crazy, me personally speaking, it's crazy to see the difference in how I perceive the market and how I naturally operate. Keyword, naturally. How I naturally operate in the market. And what I acknowledge first, what my brain automatically processes first when I see money and when I see ticks. When I see ticks, I automatically think this is a game. Oh, this looks like a beautiful entry opportunity. I'm gonna add another contract right here. But when it's money, Let's say you go back and you go back into drawdown, but in reality, it's the market offering you another opportunity where filling in a fair value gap or retouching into an order block or retouching into a change in state of delivery. Instead of viewing that as an opportunity, when you have money in your face, you only see the money going down. So now you're operating from a lack perspective, you're operating from a fight or flight stance, you're increasing your cortisol and now shrinking your prefrontal cortex. You are literally shooting yourself in the foot. Thinking about money and trading is shooting yourself in the foot. Run away as far as you possibly can from money, from the idea of money. And I promise you, money will turn around and start chasing you. Treat this as a sport. You are a professional. When you backtest, don't just do shit to do it. Because when your brain begins to associate dumb shit with trading, you will do dumb shit while trading. Everything is about association. You are a professional. You don't see, I guarantee you will never find footage of Kobe in the fucking gym during practicing with the team, or practicing at 4 a.m., just taking half-court shots, just goofing around, doing dumb shit as if he was an 8-year-old in a park. No, he's going crazy in the gym at 4 a.m. There are countless stories of him on the internet from old teammates or other people working with him where they would talk about how ruthless he was at 4 a.m. He would show up before everybody, give it his all, and still outwork them. And then people would wonder why he would be so great during the championship, why nothing would affect him. He was stoic throughout the entire process. You think that this is any different? This is the same shit, if not more intense. Right now, some of us are playing with thousands of dollars. There are people out there playing with multi-millions of dollars, if not billions. You have institutions and firms playing with billions of dollars, and you're over here stressing about a couple thousand. How about you worry about the game first? How about you worry about understanding the fundamentals first? How about you worry about developing a better relationship with yourself? These are all the things I wish that I heard. Again, dude, it's all about self-awareness, and it really is about psychology. All of this is a psychological game. This has nothing to do with money. When it comes to trading, I would say 10% of it is trading and 90% of it is psychology. Absolutely nothing about it has to do with money. As simple as I could put it. Obviously, yes, risk management is under the 10% of trading, but money has nothing to do with this at all. But we're going on 11 minutes. My phone is at 20% because we are shooting on 4K, 60 frames per second. I'll leave off this video with the exact epiphany that came to me. Operate in humility. God is always watching. God is listening to how you speak and watching how you act and how you treat people around you. Do not put yourself in a position where you get in trouble. You've worked way too hard and come too far to do such stupid things and to backtrack all of the hard work that you have already put in. Time is of the essence. I don't know how old you guys are. Some of you could be 18. Some of you could be my age, 24, 25. Some of you could even be in your 30s, 35. Time is of the essence. Every single day is an opportunity to be your highest self. Do not squander it. Zoom out, focus on trading, focus on the art, and master the skill. And by default, all of this will bring money. The train is coming. It's my cue to step out. We will see each other soon. Oh, this was actually a point that I forgot to bring up when I was sitting down. To the people out there who are attached to their accounts, I just want you to know that will fuck you up. Because when I was talking about the funded account, I was having issues with taking trades fearlessly, trades that I knew would pay off. And the reason why I didn't end up taking them was because I was afraid of losing the account. And it clicked in me today that you guys are actually gonna laugh at this analogy because it works. And a lot of you guys will be able to relate to it because we all played Call of Duty. When we were in zombies, right? Let's say you got the ray gun. You're on round 12, 13, locked in. If they never drop the max ammo and both of your guns, you love them. You just pack a punch them, and you know that your chances of getting another one in a mystery box is gonna be low. It's just fucked. Dude, you're gonna sacrifice the entire game because you won't let go of this gun. Are you here for the gun, or are you here to kill zombies? It's the same thing. Act in accordance with your rules. Trade at high levels. Take your model without fear. And use the account for what it is, to make money. This account is not going to produce golden eggs. You will. So I just wanted to throw that in there because that was a huge thing for me. Use the accounts for what their intended purpose is, to make money. You are not attached to these accounts. You're not going to do dumb shit either. This is not an excuse to do dumb shit, but you will inevitably get to the point where you're like, fuck, I don't want to blow the account. Oh, I just want to maintain this streak. Oh, I want to be consistent. Bro, let that shit go. You will inevitably fuck yourself up. So just wanted to throw that in there because I realized that I didn't mention that, but I hope that that analogy worked because I laughed when it came to my brain. So